For weeks, tens of millions of people in China have been forced to quarantine in their homes. Compounding that, rough handling by some COVID workers have been caught on tape. More from CNN's Selena Wang. And first, a warning, the video is graphic.
This is a common sight in China. Armies of COVID workers in full-body white protective gear. Shanghai may be exiting its harsh lockdown, but China's COVID war is not over. Since lockdowns began in cities across China, hazmat suit workers have become symbols to many of brutality and authoritarian excess. In this Shanghai community, a COVID worker repeatedly beats a man with a stick. This COVID worker forcefully shoves a woman to the ground. She hits the pavement, then clutches her head in pain. In another video, a COVID worker kicks and slaps a man to the ground. And a brigade of COVID enforcers drag this woman out of her apartment in Shanghai. She screams that she'll go with them if she can just get her shoes. She tries to resist with all her strength, but in vain. CNN was not able to verify the identities of the people involved or the circumstances in these videos, or even if they all related to COVID control, and authorities did not respond to multiple requests for comment. Most of the big whites are healthcare workers, volunteers, and police officers, genuinely trying to help their communities. While extreme violence from these COVID enforcers is rare, these viral videos have sparked outrage, underscoring people's growing frustrations with China's zero COVID policy. This video in particular horrified Shanghai residents earlier when they were locked down. It shows 9 police officers in hazmat suits surrounding a man in a Shanghai community, with some relentlessly beating and kicking him. He tries to run away, but they catch him and continue to throw their punches. CNN geolocated where this beating happened. I called the local police station.
And so she seems to have seen the video. She knows that the video exists. She says she's going to call over her colleague who's going to give me a call back.
But I never got the call back, so I tried again.
He told me that this never happened, and then he just hung up.
This isn't the image of COVID control that China wants. This is more desirable. Government propaganda has called COVID enforcers big whites, a nod to the cute and inflatable robot from Big Hero 6.
Hello, I am Baymax, your personal healthcare companion.
Like Baymax, the big whites in state media videos are lifting people's spirits. They're leading dances in quarantine centers, helping the elderly, even climbing ladders to deliver COVID tests. But the innocent image of the big whites, sullied by the horrific behavior of some, who are possibly empowered by the anonymity under their white suits. Numerous videos show them beating residents, barricading them in their homes, breaking doors to take people to quarantine, climbing into houses through windows to disinfect, even beating pets to death. Chinese social media have even started calling the COVID enforcers white guards, referring to the red guards of the Cultural Revolution, who savagely beat, tortured, and killed. But most of these videos of brutality from the big whites are gone, censored from Chinese social media. In their place are fluffy heroes. But the big whites' cruelty already seared into so many minds, shaking people's faith in the Chinese government.
Wonderful.
I mean, Selena, the videos are so sickening. This behavior of some of these officers. You say these examples are rare, but do we know if any of these workers have been punished?
No, Anderson, we do not. And you heard part of my call there with a local Shanghai police where the beating actually happened. He denied it ever happened and hung up on me. For the other cases, authorities did not respond to our multiple requests for comment. And in fact, our conversation right now, Anderson, is being censored in live time in China. The TV screen of CNN channel right next to me, it just shows color bars, that there's no signal. But the scars of this lockdown in Shanghai, they are going to be permanent. Many see this brutality as examples of how some COVID enforcers in China have lost all sense of humanity when they're pursuing zero COVID at all costs. Because this policy in China has become militarized, ideological. To criticize the policy is to criticize the man all the way at the top. Anderson.
And you can't even see any of their faces, so there's no way to identify who they are from these videos, even to discipline them if anybody was so inclined, which the government doesn't seem to be. Selena Wang, appreciate the reporting. Thank you. It's really just, it's
horrific to watch.